And here, this is our last.
But I have a magnifying glass, the better to see you with, my dear.
Ah,
That's right. Sherry, I see you better too. Yeah.
yes, there you go. So, hey, Mary Thornberry,
Pegasus is here.
Clean
Queen
Music
Music
Lover,
Lover. Yeah.
all of you
Paula.
that are coming in. My goodness gracious. Hey,
Gerald.
Gerald
Hey, Gerald.
Stash. I can't talk
Hey,
anymore.
Peg.
The
You know what?
tongue-tied.
Absolutely tongue-tied. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Oh, look, I got a
hey,
little,
Heather.
I got a
Yeah.
little gift
Thank
today.
you.
It's turtle.
Aw.
all the
Oh,
way
that's
around.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
love
Sherry.
you.
Boss.
Sherry, I wanted to tell you I've been working on John Kennedy's, the way he talks. You know, the senator? No, he's a congressman. Yeah, isn't it? I think so.
I
But
think
he's
you got it,
from
Ellie.
Louisiana. He's from
John
Louisiana.
Kennedy. Yeah, he sounds closer to Mitch McConnell than he does to.
No, you're getting you're
He
Ellie.
always has that sort of,
What got
like he's
me
got
was
hair in his mouth.
You got
he
that
was- he
Kennedy
was-
accent
he
going
was
on there. Yeah.
all against the
Oh, hey,
infrastructure
Paul
bill,
Donahue.
raised a big stink about the infrastructure bill, voted against the infrastructure bill.
Right.
And our other senator, Senator Cassidy, got it. He went across the aisle and worked with the Democrats, and he got like billions of dollars brought into Louisiana for some desperately needed work to be done. What happens? Kennedy, the next election he ran on the damn infrastructure bill. Like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what they
so
do.
wonderful, and we got this and we got
Yeah.
that. I'm like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
voted against the damn thing. What are you
I
talking
know.
about?
So many of them are like that.
He's counting on the uneducated vote.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Hello,
just want to
Jonathan.
mention, Cheryl, during this show, we don't take questions from the chat. What we do is every Saturday, Sunday, or at least a few days before the show, we will, on our community pages, we'll put up a little notice saying, hey, post your questions for Sisters of the Mystical Tarot here. And then, we know how many questions we have and what we need to cover. And also it keeps us, on time in terms of time, right? So, if you'd like, go to any of our channels, go to the community page and just watch for when we put up the thumbnail saying post your questions here.
If you subscribe to all of our channels and click the little bell for all notifications, you will know exactly when we post that stuff on our community tab because you'll be notified.
There you go.
It
I'm
doesn't cost
feeling
you
like my antlers are kind of moving.
Is that what those are?
Antlers, yes, ma'am. They're antlers.
They look like chocolate dessert to me.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a different
Coffee sticks. Yeah.
chocolate
After
confection.
you're
looking
done
at
with
it.
them, you can eat them.
If that
It
were
could
only
be
the
frozen. It
case.
could be frozen doo-doo, just shaped bit.
Just shake it could be that too. It could be anything.
I'm sorry.
And
Did I say that out loud?
After I said it before you.
You just made me go on a diet, Sharon.
It's not April.
Right.
You can't fool these people. It's not April.
No. And for
You can tell we're
then-
sisters. We rib each other, incessantly.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's what we do. Yeah. Oh, were you all aware Allie is a goddess? Says Book
Oh, well, I
Bewitched?
had this little hat.
No,
I mean,
but
goddess thing
Oh,
on
well,
today.
we all know she's
Absolutely.
a goddess.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
we had a lot of
Why
fun.
not?
I'm an elemental. I'm an imp.
And
Oh.
perfect.
Good for you, Sharon.
Hey, Randy Gardner.
Not a
told
nymph.
that I was
Not a
a
nymph.
celestial,
An imp.
so-
Yes.
Not a nymph.
No, not
a nymph. They said I
Oh.
was a celestial. I was like, I don't feel very celestial.
So before I forget, because I do generally tend to forget. If you can, you guys like, share, and subscribe on whatever channel you happen to be on right now, and then go over to the other channels. And you can even do it after the show is over. Just go to each one. leave a comment, even if it's just a thumbs up, right? An emoji. It really, really helps with the numbers and everything else. And so, yeah. Hey, Mousy, nice to see you here.
Mhm.
Okay, so what I did this time is some of the questions that we got for later that we can read on were a little lengthy. However, it was that the questions themselves were really difficult to try to put down into just a few words. So I thought, why don't I just leave it as it is? I made a copy of what the question is, and then I can read the whole thing, and then we can read on that. So yeah, if you're looking for something, kind of in the banner, it's not going to be there, but the questions were, really interesting and needed to have some background to them. So,
Okay.
all righty. So what I thought that we could discuss today was, and I wrote it down and sent it out. So I'm going to read it because today is the easy way out. Today is easy way out day. So Christmas is often a time when our emotions are in overdrive and our expectations may often be more than we or anyone else can handle. With so much division in the world, how do you handle get-togethers where emotions and our expectations can easily get out of hand? So if possible, what I thought, if we could just have kind of an idea that we can share with others to, okay, this is what I do. This is what works for me to keep me kind of on the right path. And then kind of take it from there and see how it goes. So Val, do you want to start?
Okay. Well, for me, it's kind of, I'm going to have to think back to other times when my parents were still here and I'd have them over to my house for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Because it's really easy with my son and his family and going. I don't really have there's nothing going on, but back in the day. So I would really have to put on my game face and let my mom tell her stories and let my dad, whatever my dad used to do, and know that this is a normal occurrence and you're going to have to sit through it. So, what can you do? You love them, but they can irritate you. And they say the same thing to you every time. Something negative. My mom would say, in a loving way, thinking I could fix something about myself or whatever, facial appearance or whatever. And I'm like, I had to hear it every single year. So I had to school myself to be poised to listen to it and smile. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mom.
Yes.
Wow. What can you do? I prepared my game face. I got in the gist of cooking and doing that. And I made sure I had plenty of champagne or wine available for myself. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't really imbibe at that time, but I have to say it helped to prepare your mind in advance for the things you can expect from your relatives. So you are prepared for your response in a very neutral way. That's my advice.
Perfect. Good. Perfect.
Yeah.
And Allie?
Well, expectations is something that we all have to drop, actually. And because really every year is going to be a little bit different than the other. But I think the thing that I get a little annoyed by is that we have this tradition in my house where everybody opens a present at a time and we go all the way around, and we take a
Yes.
hell of a long time to do it. But in
Yeah.
the meantime, people got to get up and pee. They need more coffee. You have to go have the pipe and go do this and has to poop or whatever. And it's like, can we just enjoy this? So you're regaling a lot of different people, to find out what they're doing and what are they doing but I like it I like it to last as long as it can possibly last, because I feel like it's just gone,
Yes.
But some of the expectations that which I don't want to have, but some of the things that have made it easier for me is getting, like this year, I'm getting a deli plate. I'm getting cookies
nice.
in a plate. I'm just going to Safeway and I'm picking up $100 worth of
I'm
crap.
telling you, isn't that the way to go?
Absolutely.
Come on.
I said, I'm not cooking.
No.
I might make a pot of coffee. I could do that. But I said,
If
bring
you're
your own
pushed.
drinks. Everybody bring your own drinks. And,
You go, girl. You rock.
because everybody likes the
Bring
things I don't
YOB.
have. Yeah. Like my son likes Diet Coke or whatever. And we don't have that.
Yeah.
I don't have soda.
Yeah.
So anyway, that has lightened the load quite
There you go.
precipitously. So yeah, make it easy on yourself. Make
Less
it as
stress.
easy on yourself as possible.
Less stress with
Less
all
stress.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But these are starting to fall off, and okay, all right. I'm
They're
putting them
chocolate. I
away.
mean,
And they were getting smelly too.
And well, I didn't think you'd notice, but yes,
I kept waiting to see
absolutely.
little brown riblets going down your cheek.
like Rudy.
Yeah. My Rudy.
Yeah, I'm sure he dyed his hair with shite.
Oh,
Do you think he ever goes into IHOP and orders Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity? I
I
would love to see
don't
that.
think he.
and I'm
probably
never
not smart
going to
enough.
chocolate antlers ever again.
totally. Hey, Terry.
It's just the way
Terry
they were
holding your
shaped.
face.
Hi,
Nice to
Terry.
see you. Craig Dixon is
Hi,
here.
Ann.
Hello, Beck. Nice to see you in here as well.
Hi,
Thank you for
Craig.
joining.
Yeah.
So, all
And
right.
somebody did ask a personal question. Their cat just died. Sorry, the questions we answer have been already posted on our
Yeah.
community tabs.
Mhm.
So yeah, we don't take questions from the chat.
No.
Sorry.
No.
We
And I
certainly
think
send you love for,
We'll
Yeah,
send you
losing-
love.
losing
Yeah,
an
I
animal.
cried.
Yeah.
You guys, I sobbed. I nearly sobbed 2 days when my Miss Foxy died. My daughters kept phoning and checking out, how you doing, Mom?
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
I know.
There are
Well,
babies.
She was.
There are
She
babies.
was. I mean, I've had lots of cats, but
When my Scuffy
was
died, I
amazing.
was like that. I mean, I'd had him for 16 years, and when he died, I
Yeah.
was a wreck for weeks. It just
Yeah.
she
It
was
was
only
horrible.
6 years old, but she got a blood clot in her, like in the spine, and was paralyzed.
Poor baby.
Oh,
She had a horrible death. Horrible death.
poor baby.
Because it happened at night and couldn't get to the vet until the morning. But anyways, all right. Let's
Yeah. Let's
yeah,
go
let's
with
do the air.
okay.
Okay,
Done.
as far as you guys are doing the going to get your deli paste, that's great. But you know what? I can do turkey dinner in my sleep. And what I like to do is I might get my daughters to come in and maybe help me. Actually, know what I do is I do the vegetables ahead of time and get them all
Mhm.
ready. So I do a lot in preparation.
Yeah.
And things I can do it in my sleep, and I feel it's just done with great joy. And I'm the gravy queen, and I just know that I make a really good turkey dinner. So, but the
Yeah.
other thing is, I like it. They're out there having fun, and I'm in the kitchen, and it's a small kitchen, so I can go, right?
Right. Good for
Um,
you, Sharon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I shoo them out. I know when I was married to Sue and we were in a townhouse, same thing. I'd be in the kitchen cooking, and she was entertaining everybody. And, these were musicians. They were, we'd be singing and stuff like that. It was great. But they'd like to congregate into the kitchen. It was a very small kitchen.
Yeah.
And I would say, I'm sorry, too many cooks here. And you're like, out. out. And I did it with a sense of humor, but I kicked them all out. And actually, because I could kind of do it in my sleep, I'm kind of in this almost meditative state.
Yeah.
So that's how I handle it. The other thing is this year I handled a really prickly situation. And I'm going to be honest. My daughter's father has had an ongoing. He hasn't spoken to our youngest daughter for 2 years now,
Oh my goodness.
and she has apologized. And actually, it was not her fault. He's being arse. So, anyways, so I said to him, this year I said to him, Kristen is coming with Ted, and I'd like them to come here. You're just going to have to make yourself scarce because this is not my problem. This is not my problem. And I don't want to be punished for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he went, okay. And the next day he bought a ticket to Fiji. He's going to wait till April.
Nice, even better.
Well,
Merry
he's been
Christmas.
talking about going to Fiji for a long time. He's been working lots. I mean, I have a good relationship with him, but this thing with our daughter, I am so mad at him. And I've tried. He's been really stubborn. But anyways, I just use honesty and had it handled beforehand. Like I didn't want him sort of showing up, or it would have to be done another time if he's going to make up for her, because it's going to be really awkward. So I said, you're going to have to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, that's how I handle things. Is I love being in the kitchen. You go and have fun, and
Yes.
we usually have fun. Like we do puzzles together and play games, and we the last number of years we've rented B&Bs and we're all together, and one year we watched marathons of Harry Potter, marathons of what's the one with the elves and it's a series of books, the trilogy of books, The Hobbit. The Hobbit series.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's so we really enjoy that, and it's been pretty good. We did just keep each other busy, so that everyone's too busy to be snarky.
Good.
We also go out for walks, go to a movie. We break it up. So
exactly. Perfect.
all right.
And how about you, Sherry?
Well, up until the internet became a thing, I would just grit my teeth and grin and bear it. Now I just do it online, and I don't have to be around these people.
Right.
No, I mean, I enjoy cooking for holiday dinners. That was my mother's thing, especially Thanksgiving. Growing up, my grandmother took care of all the holiday dinners until she passed, and then my mom kind of took up the mantle, and then when she got too sick to do it anymore, I took up the mantle. And so it's roast beef for Christmas, and I just found a really nice boneless rump roast yesterday that I bought that wasn't an astronomical price.
Yeah.
And turkey for Thanksgiving. We have a ham for Easter.
Oh, nice.
And that's, it's like that's the way my mother did it. That's the way my grandmother did it. That's the way my great grandmother did it. So that's the way I do it.
So Sherry, the Americans in the room, do you have turkey on Thanksgiving, but do you have turkey on Christmas as well?
No, we have roast beef.
Sometimes prime rib.
Okay, because I don't know if I could do that for a month apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we do. My mom always did a roast beef. Usually I'll do it Christmas Eve. I will prep the meat and I'll put it in my crock pot. And I'll just let it sit and simmer all night long. And by the time we get ready to eat Christmas Day, it's falling to pieces, so.
Oh, nice.
And then all I have to do.
My mother taught me years ago how to slow cook the turkey. You start it at 400 degrees to seal it.
Yeah.
And for about 20 minutes, and then you turn it right down and cook it for hours. But it just so juicy.
I hate dealing with turkeys. I go to Logan's farm.
Yeah.
I get a honey glazed turkey breast.
Well, I was raised by a gourmet cook, so.
Now we
Oh,
discovered
roast
a
beef
number
and
of years
Yorkshire pudding. I love it, love it,
Yes.
love it.
We discovered a number of years ago. Well, my sister discovered it and then shared it with us, and we've been doing it every year since. But there are these bags that you can buy. You put a little bit of flour in the bag. You put the turkey in the bag. Okay. You seal it, put a couple holes in it so that the air can escape. You don't have to baste it. You don't have to do anything to it. You put it in the oven and it just does everything
Wow.
by itself. And it is so much easier. You know, you can stuff it, do whatever, but it cooks in the bag, keeps the pan clean. So yeah, that's what we do. And I think if it probably could do that same thing with the roast beef, but
You can do
it
it.
would have
Yeah.
to go in the oven. I like
Mm.
the slow cooking. The
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it slow.
Because then all the flavors get absorbed by the meat,
Exactly.
and you're
Yeah.
not having to dump a bunch of stuff.
And if you
on top
seal it,
of
like just sear it with high heat, you know, it seals it, and so you keep.
Yeah.
The other thing was tradition in our family that we put fresh pork sausages draped over the turkey, and it basted the bird. Although you occasionally go in and baste it, but it was and then eating those sausages as you're making the gravy, or kids would come in and go, can I have a sausage? So you give them a little bit so they satisfied until dinner. But yeah, it was
Anybody try making a turducken?
no, tell
No.
me.
I haven't, but it's a turkey with a duck in it, and inside
wow.
the duck is a hen. And that it's like a big deal thing that I've seen, but I've never done it because I don't eat all that.
That's you have specialty shops down here that's what they specialize in.
I bet they do.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the turkey with a duck inside the turkey, and then a hen inside the duck, and then
Yeah.
something else inside that, and there'll be like 4, 5, 6 different meats all shoved into each other, and then all you do is stick it in the oven and cook it.
Thank you. No.
Greasy. Very greasy. Very
Oh.
greasy.
Yeah, it does I don't know.
The duck
That
is
seems a
Yeah,
little
I
me.
like to have my meat individual.
Thank you
like,
very much.
yeah.
Please.
Rich. Yeah.
I do.
One year, because we were really living up in the boonies on this island. You could only go there by float plane or by boat. And we invited a family up. And I had given the list of to this friend to do the grocery shopping. And the thing is, what she did was she thought the things that I had X'd was don't bring those because it was X'd. So she didn't bring a turkey. And she says, oh no, and she's drama queen. Oh no, it's not Christmas without turkey. And my husband and I just looked at each other. He went out and slaughtered 2 ducks because we had free-ranging ducks. Oh no, oh my God.
I can't do that. I can't.
He did it. He did it,
okay.
and my daughter stood beside him and helped him, defeather them. She had no qualms. Anyways, I made this duck l'orange. It's a cranberry orange sauce. And it was so good. Like, it was so good. Like, I figure that things like that, you have to make lemonade out of lemons, right? And sometimes it turns out to be fantastic, and it did.
Mhm.
I don't let things like that throw me. I never have.
See you later, Annie Bear. Yeah, I think that one of the things that that kind of used to get me at the holiday season was, history would often repeat itself. So, you kind of people acted in a way that you expected them to act. So, there
Uncle
would
Charlie
be a
always got drunk.
those things. So you kind of didn't, walking around on eggshells most of the time because you didn't know who was going to act which way and whatnot. And it kind of, there was a lot of Christmases that I wish that I could remember fondly.
Yeah.
But, they were kind of ruined by those little things.
Yeah.
As I got older, I realized that a lot of the time everyone kind of in the house would be quiet to keep the peace and, not say anything. And then I thought, well, how do the people who are acting up know that it either bothers you or that this is not appropriate if no one has ever had a conversation with them and said, you can't do that?
Yeah.
So it was funny that, the last probably the last 5-6 Christmases with when my dad was still alive were really, really good. Because he had given up drinking at that point and was just as happy as could be. Thoroughly enjoyed his grandchildren, thoroughly enjoyed everyone getting together and all that. And they were just,
Be right back.
some of the best times. Okay, see you in a minute, Sherry. So that was my takeaway on some of the expectations. And also, it has a lot to do with intent, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you approach a situation and you expect that certain people are going to act a certain way, then you can't be surprised when they do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what you manifest. So, if I was going to share anything kind of on a serious note is, set your intention to have a good time. It's a relaxing time. We're all going to enjoy each other. We're going to get into different discussions. And if we have different points of view, it's going to be great because we're all going to learn something and, that kind of good stuff. But other than that, some of the traditions.
I have to say, though, just to interject, that after 20 years of having my parents come over, I didn't have expectations, but I prepared myself. And I have to say, my dad never let me down. He always said inappropriate things that were, what can you say? And my mother always talked nonstop about whatever she was interested in, whether anyone else was or not. And so, and she always pointed out certain things. Well, why don't you do this about my parents or whatever?
You would look so much better with short hair.
Your watch by it. And I say this because they would come over like every other weekend. Throughout all this time, she never failed to follow the format. Not even changing it up for holidays. So, there are some times that your parents are ingrained and they don't have a way to pop themselves out of it.
I have to check on something. I'll be right back.
You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not talking about, I could have the most positive outlook in the world. My parents aren't going to pop out of their record that they play.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for 20 years.
Exactly. They're used to it.
Pop out of it.
My mother would always find a way to embarrass my father because he was not able to sexually perform. So one year she bought him an erector set.
Oh, God.
And the next year she bought him a pita heater.
Oh, God.
And, it was like,
thank you, Mom. No.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't embarrassed about it. I just felt bad for him.
Yeah.
It's like you can't do anything about it. So, so stuff like that. When they were alive, I remember that.
Yeah. It's like a little emasculating kind of thing.
It is. It is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember when my maternal grandmother started to be forgetful. She'd be making the Christmas dinner, which she loved. And she'd go and she'd salt the potatoes, put salt on them, boil the potatoes. And then she'd come back to the kitchen. She'd go, oh, I forgot to salt the potatoes. My mother would be, and she did that 3 or 4 times. My mother kept following her, and what she did was, when she was out of the kitchen, she'd go and rinse off the potatoes, put new water in, and put it back on the stove.
Oh my God.
And those
Yeah.
potatoes took forever to cook.
Yeah, to cook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, all right, we are at 32 minutes. And so we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. Now, I don't
Okay.
know if Joe is in here. Joe, if you are, just let me know, wave a hand or whatnot, because Joe had actually submitted 2 questions, one on my page and one on somebody else's page. And so I kind of thought, well, can pick one. So hopefully Joe is here. Let me know. In the meantime, I think we have Betty Weathers. And this is kind of an interesting question in light of what's going on right now. She says, if the Epstein list gets released, will Ghislaine Maxwell turn to the prosecutor to help them with greater details as to the clients benefiting from the Epstein network? Or is Maxwell now in even greater jeopardy of being silenced due to her vast knowledge of the details? And she wishes everyone a very Merry Christmas.
Well, I heard today that they're supposed to be released on the 1st of January. The list is, so
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But
I think some people are shitting bricks out there.
Oh, yes.
the Republicans are.
I don't know how
Something
any
else
other
I
way to
heard
say
was
it.
that Epstein made a point of he would get up with high-ranking people and make sure he got his picture with them and everything, even if they didn't have anything to do with his network. It would just be something he could use down the road, that would embarrass that person. Oh, yeah, you were caught with me, huh? So,
yeah.
Wow. I am telling you, the story is a.
Yeah.
The
This will
story.
be the death of somebody. Yeah.
Tower.
Yep.
And the story is they're living in the beautiful home and their life is perfect and everything's wonderful. This happens, the chariot happens, and the Empress happens, and it's
and
all
the Grim Reaper comes for
the
them.
Grim Reaper and the tower.
I wonder if some of them will maybe commit suicide.
Yes. I would not doubt the shame of it, what they're bringing upon their families and everything. Their life will never be the same again. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there will probably be charges against them brought at some point over XYZ. So there's a loss of self-esteem and
there are Democrats, Rusty, as far as I think. I think there are both Republicans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm sure that
absolutely.
there are. Don't kid yourself. This isn't something because, this is all about power, right? Men who do this are all about power and having power over you. So there are going to be Republicans, there are going to be Democrats, there are going to be people that were not going to be shocked are on the list. There's going to be people that were going to be shocked are on the list.
Chris Rock is on the list, and there's a few others.
Really?
Yes.
who?
Wow.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dear.
think so. I think what this has done is I get the 7 of Cups. This is, and I got this the other day as well. This is a lot of people looking for ways to try to extricate themselves from the situation and come up with a story about why that wasn't me. It was that I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He misled me. I didn't think I was coming for this.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. It is going to be a lot of illusion, delusion, and
a lot of backpedaling.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What'd you get, Sharon?
Well, I got an answer. Is she going to give more detail and help the prosecution? Yeah, this is the Page of Wands. Yeah, she's going to sing like a bird. See those feathers on his head?
Mhm.
She doesn't have any
And
reason not
and those
to.
young women are going to celebrate.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Sherry?
I pulled the Hierophant. And so
That's
I
who they're all
mean,
going to turn to, right?
Yeah.
exactly, because
Yeah.
you're looking at somebody that's they're gonna need absolution.
Redemption. Yeah, redemption.
I'm
Absolutely.
trying to think of a nice word for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's probably a lot of people on that list that are clergy.
I am not going to
Yes.
lie. That's probably a sure thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we've seen it before, you know.
is the
Yeah.
Pope
Yeah.
Catholic?
Yep.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's usually the ones who claim to
most
have the
pious.
highest morals
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
are
Well,
the ones who are sometimes guiltiest of the most perverse things.
Absolutely.
that's true.
So
I bet
Yeah.
Mike Johnson's on that list.
I wouldn't be the least little bit surprised, Sharon.
I don't know. I think he has his own thing going on.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I
Yeah.
think he's running his own.
You're probably right.
racket
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Somebody was
Well,
saying
as
that he was
Arthur put it
storming.
last night,
Yeah.
Mike Johnson has probably had more little soldiers putting him than the Trojan horse.
I'm telling you, right? He's got some things going on.
He
It's a
does.
visual I can't erase. Oh my God.
We're gonna really. That's a big thing to open up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did answer the second question. Is she in danger? Maxwell says yes,
Mhm. Of
but
course.
she does want her own kind of justice. She doesn't want to be the only person going down, being in jail for this. She
Oh,
wants
no.
to spread the justice around.
But here's why she's not in danger. But
Yeah.
she's not in
Yeah.
danger because she's already talked. There's nothing more to say.
No.
So she's
no.
like, she's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mark Meadows.
she's irrelevant at this point
Yeah,
because they already
exactly.
have all the
Yeah.
details. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not
Well,
even.
I think she'll
that-
tell them more.
Yeah, the only thing that I saw, and this was yesterday when I was reading with David, and we kind of talked about that a little bit, was would she, with the information coming out, would she take that to the prosecution or to the court and say, well, see, this is information that I could have used to exonerate myself or to use it in a way that would have lessened my sentence if it had come out.
Do you think that this came out and it didn't come from her?
No, it didn't.
No.
It's the Virginia Giuffre. She's the
Yeah,
one
right,
that asked
right.
Yeah.
The young
Was
woman.
able to put that much together to actually access that big a list of names? Wow.
Yeah, apparently now this
I am a little surprised that she had access to those names because apparently he kept safes with all that
I
stuff.
bet Maxwell had it.
So yeah, that's interesting.
So I think this is also too from investigations that had been going on for quite some time,
Okay.
and
Okay.
different people
Yeah.
who were arrested.
Yes, they probably put a
information.
bunch of people's information together. Even Ghislaine or Ghislaine, whatever her name is, put it all together and wrapped it up in a bow. And
And it was under court seal until recently, where
Yeah.
the information wasn't coming out. So now that it has been,
yeah.
it is going to be released. Yet there are a lot of people who are absolutely terrified.
Scared.
Terrified.
Mhm.
So, there you go. And yeah, you always know that it's going to be the ones who are the most vocal about morality that are going to be
Isn't that the
Well,
way?
Speaking
The
of,
one-
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
you
blamed.
saw also Rick Perry, his cell phone records have now been turned over to Jack Smith. So yeah.
My.
So TikTok.
TikTok.
Oh, I'm getting
Talk
chills
is
on that
right.
one. Oh, that'll be interesting.
Totally.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So the other
Well,
question was from that we got was from one of many. And yeah, this one kind of touched me, especially this time of year. It
Mm.
says, "Hello. My nephew at 18 left our house vowing not to be part of our large family. He has no driver's license, no car. He is so smart, got accepted into college but refuses to go. He keeps telling us he has to get his stuff together. He went to live with his female boss and her son. He is so loved, missed, and needed in our family. Will he return anytime soon?"
Mhm.
And I thought, oh my gosh, this, yeah. Oh, sorry, I gotta let the kitty out. You guys
carry on.
start. I will join you. You didn't miss. How did you get yourself stuck
Right.
in there? Hmm? All right.
Hi, Rondell. It's good to see you. Pete
There you go.
Pablo. Hi. I got blessings. I think that he's going to be coming back with blessings, and you'll just be really happy to see him. But I will tell you this. Um, I'm really, I don't know him, but I'm really proud of him. It's like he knows he needs to know more. He knows he's really loved, but he's found a way of figuring out what he wants to do. And if that's a gap year or if that's, choosing what he wants, then that's a blessing for him. And by allowing that blessing and not squeezing him out, so to speak, he'll be back. That's what I feel.
So,
And something that people tend to forget too sometimes is that not every person is cut out for a higher education. They're just not
yeah.
cut out for that,
No.
going in that direction. They'd be much better off if they were able to go to like a trade school or an apprentice school and learn a skill that they could then turn around and make their own business on or something.
Yeah, university's not for everybody.
No.
well,
Nope.
I don't know. I threw some cards, and it looked like he was in a situation where he had a lot of conflict, or he felt tied up, and it could have been personal with people at school. Who knows? In high school,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he really was not in a good place. So, in order to get away, he went. So, but I do see that tower moment coming for him and the lover's card. So, he is going to find his way back.
He will.
Yeah, I think so. I get the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, he's definitely in a place where he's deciding. He wants to. Oh, and there's one of many. Hey, sweetheart. He wants to go to a trade.
Good.
Absolutely.
Oh, there you go. There you
There
go.
is no shame in
No.
being a tradesman versus being a doctor.
I mean, if he's a carpenter, what you can get such joy out of making things,
Yes.
constructing things. Is
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what he's doing. Is he's kind of weighing his options, and I do agree with Allie that if you just let him be, let him experience his thing, he will realize on his very own that I don't have a driver's license. It's kind of hard to get to a job without a driver's license.
Mhm.
I don't have a car. I can't go out with my friends because I don't have transportation to get there.
Right.
There's all these things that
you'll figure it out.
He will. Absolutely. He will figure it out, and he will come back. And I think it's remember the old saying about, if you love something, set it free.
Yeah. Roots and wings.
Roots and wings. Yeah. Just say, okay, if this is what you're doing, that we love you. You're welcome back anytime. But if this is you need this time, go ahead. You will get much further than saying, well, no, stop that. You're being ridiculous. Because at 18 years old, he's going to dig his heels and he's going to say, watch me.
Yep. Definitely.
I haven't gone yet.
Nope.
Am I in next or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I pulled the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, I think he will return to the stability and the love of his family.
Mhm.
And then I took another tarot deck just for whatever. I shuffled and I pulled the Queen of Pentacles again.
Wow.
So he'll return.
Yeah. There you go. And what'd you get, Sherry?
I pulled the 10 of Cups,
Yeah. Happy
followed by
family.
Judgment.
Mhm.
So a little happy when they get started, but they've got Judgment coming down to look at what's going on. Having their
They'll have
feet
to
on
figure
the
it out.
fire.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
It's better
with
than
this,
wasting
all I can
money.
think,
A lot of kids go to college or go
Exactly.
somewhere and they flunk out. And so it's much better to wait.
yeah, it's much better to hold off a year, take that gap year, like you were saying, and figure out exactly what it is they want to do. What do they want to study? What direction they want to go in before they waste a whole year of their parents' money or their
Yep.
debt
Yeah,
limits
their debt goes
rise,
crazy.
from
Right.
student loans, trying
Yep.
to figure it out there, and you get a lot of dropouts that never go back to school because of that. So
And you got to remember too that it's, you know what, going to university might be your dream for him.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
not necessarily his dream for himself. So,
yeah,
you have to support him in whatever he's doing. And just, I can tell you, my son is a welder, and he is better paid than a lot of people with university
Yeah.
degrees.
You betcha. Yeah.
So, yeah, there is that. But he will come back.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, he will come back. All righty. Oh, okay. And we had Leah Piet, who said, and this is so cute. Hello, dear sisters. Greatly appreciate you. Happiness of holidays. May we speak to forgiveness to really fill those holes before we go into more awareness. We need to be more fine tuned so that our reception could be clear. Forgiveness is hard to come to grips with. Uh, Forgiveness is hard to grip when it wants to slip. Yeah, okay. Yeah, forgiveness is hard. Forgiveness is hard. And we often think that if we forgive someone that we forgive what they have done to us. That's not true. There's a big difference between that. It's like I love you, but I don't like the actions. But forgiveness is for us.
It is.
Oh yeah.
We
Absolutely.
forgive because you don't want to. You got your own luggage set to carry around. You don't want to carry someone else's.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like holding on to a hot poker. It burns you more than it burns them. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And you don't want to carry around a load of stuff. You just don't
Right.
want to. You want to offload it, let it all go. And as hard as that is, and it takes work,
Yeah.
while you're facing this situation, it's going to pay off. It's really going to pay off because you're going to feel like you're a new person, that
Yeah.
you don't have that kind of response to some past situation or person. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Randy Gardner says underwater welders make a ton of money. Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
I bet they do.
Yes,
Mhm.
a friend of my son's was over in some part of Asia. He was there for 6 months, and he came back and he bought his house cash.
Oh,
Wow.
one of my cousins, he and his wife were both in the Army. When they finished their 5 years serving, they went back to work over in Afghanistan as contractors.
Yeah.
And they stayed there for, I think it was 2 years. When they came back, they had enough money to buy like 5-10 acres up the side of a mountain there in Montana,
Yeah.
and built their house and everything. I mean, it's all paid for.
Yep.
Now he tends bar because that's what he likes to do.
Yep.
And she makes her jewelry and stuff that she sells there locally, in the little town that they live in.
Yep.
Mhm.
And he's a volunteer firefighter for wildfires when there's wildfires out west.
When
go.
you were talking about forgiveness, I drew a card, and especially after what Val said, I got the devil. You are both chained
Yes.
and have baggage, and if you don't have practice forgiveness.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, these chains are very loose; they can get out of them. It's not that hard to do.
It's a mental.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
the ego mind and
Yeah.
when it's
To
making you
release,
feel a
yeah.
certain way and all that. That's the chain hooking
Yeah.
you in.
And I pull the King of Pentacles, and the Pentacles are not only about money; they're also about health. And so the King of Pentacles would be like, say, pay attention to your health, including your mental health, right? So that, you forgive because you do it for yourself, not necessarily for the other person. And you will feel so much better when you can get that monkey off your back. So, and it is a good time of year to remind people that, it's a time in the season, right? Forgiveness. There's a lot of things that we need to forgive, and a lot of people that need our forgiveness. And you never know who it's going to affect, how it's going to affect them, and what you're being able to find forgiveness in your heart, how it is going to impact their life. So,
And you don't have to forget. You can
No.
forgive, but you don't have to
Yeah.
forget.
Absolutely.
Lesson learned. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What'd you get, Sherry? Did you pick a card? Sherry?
She's got
Are
her.
you muted? Oh,
Yeah.
I read it already, I thought.
Mhm.
Oh,
You did. Yeah.
okay then. Val, did you? You
I
didn't.
did. I just
did.
went first.
Well, all righty then. All righty.
It's like my grandmother's resalting the potatoes. You had a senior moment. Like I
Thank
do all the
you.
time.
Thank you. Yes, and believe me, I have done that on more than one occasion. Okay. So this is one that came in from, well, two that came in from Joe, but I'm going to pick one, and that will be our last question. Okay. So Joe wanted to know, she says, years ago, I met a coworker on a temp transfer to my facility. We hit it off, and for me, it was like being hit by lightning. Seriously, like an electric jolt, to be just talking. As I was getting over a bad previous breakup and was not even in the market for anyone, was there some kind of past life history between us?
Yeah. Soul recognition sounds
So
like.
yes.
Mhm.
I've had that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So was there some? Yes, actually. And you know what? I think, just give me a second. I'm going to pull from the past life, because I'm getting that there was, and it was yeah, he was a son in a previous life, and he did not treat his mother very well. Okay.
I'm going to step out on a limb and say he was a pilot, maybe in World War II.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Am
I
I-
get lessons and blessings. So yeah, this is the meeting was just to on a soul level, so that you could let each other know that yes, we learned the lessons. Thank you very much. And yeah,
Right.
definitely past life.
Yeah, and I definitely got a yes on this, King or Four of Pentacles rather. And so it had something to do with material situation between you two that had to be resolved in that lifetime. So yeah, in this lifetime you meet again, and if you don't feel that trigger, you're clear, but you had met to have that acknowledgement.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was it, like that deja vu moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally. Okay. And Sharon, did you go?
No.
Okay. What'd you get?
I've got the Seven of Cups, and what struck me was, ethereal, and that these are many lives here.
Mhm.
So yeah, they recognized each other.
Mhm.
Perfect. And what'd you get, Cherry?
I got death,
All righty.
which doesn't, it doesn't have the same connotations that most people do, but the
Yeah,
old
with
has
another
to die
lifetime.
out for the new to come in.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. Did everybody go?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Hey, we did excellent on time. Okay.
You did?
We are at 59 minutes and 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is perfect. We are right under the hour by the time we finish saying, goodbye and all that good stuff. So just wanted to thank everyone for being here, for spending time with us. Don't forget to go to the channel, like, share, subscribe. It really gets our message out to everyone.
Mhm.
And for you ladies, thank you so much for doing this. And yeah, I'm sure that I'll see you before the holidays. But if I don't,
Right.
however you celebrate, I hope you have the most joyous time.
Absolutely.
No
So-
expectations.
Thank you.
Just
No,
enjoy.
no
No
expectation.
expectations. That's right.
All
Expectation.
righty, everyone, have a super
Yep.
time, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, y'all.